right, how you guys doing? What's going on? All right, so I'm back here and I just want to say I apologize for the wait. I was truly testing your patience to make sure that you really, really loved me. All right, you guys, so we are here and this is going to be a personal, uh-oh, this is going to be a personal live. So we ain't talking about no celebrities. We ain't talking about nobody but me. And I don't want hold on. And I don't want nobody in this room. If you don't love me, then get to the door. Okay? Do y'all love me? Hit that like button if you love me for real. Okay? Hit that like button if you love me for real. And if you guys can hear me, please press 2. I gotta make sure you guys can hear me, okay? I gotta make sure you guys can hear me. Who is directly from the last? I don't know. You're talking about Jerome. I don't know what you're talking about. But anyway, like this video. Let's get the likes up. So I'll wait till you guys get in. I tell y'all, I had me some chicken wings and it was bussing. Okay. They were sweet and spicy. And guess what? I went to Chick-fil-A and they got this new soda. It's called Cherry Berry Sprite. And when I tell you that Cherry Berry Sprite was bussing all in my mouth, I loved it. I think I want to go get another one tomorrow. Okay. I love that Chick-fil-A. I love their shakes. Have y'all ever had a Chick-fil-A shake? That Oreo shake, it is to die for. Now, I don't eat whipped cream, so I get my shake and just get the cherry on top. Okay, talking about cherry, honey, I love cherries. You know, when I was young, I used to have the cherries in the jar. Did you guys ever used to buy the cherries in the jar and eat them? I cannot stand the real cherries from the tree. I didn't like that taste, but I love the sweet cherries in the jar. It tastes so yummy. All right. Thank you. Hey, Lisa Wilson. How you doing, baby? Love you so much. Hey, Jerome. So let me know where you guys calling from. Put in your city and state. Okay. Oh, child, I'm getting drained. I'm getting drained out here in these streets. All right. I'm getting drained. One thing I don't like is somebody talking for me. Let me talk for myself. Let me tell my own story. Please don't talk for me. Okay? I cannot stand that. It's a pet peeve. Yes. All right. So, Jerome, Maryland. I keep on forgetting you from DMV. Okay. Hold on. We got what? 10%. Somebody said they don't like me. Well, if you don't love me, then you can go, boo. Okay? Hell. And just to let you guys know, since I do have you guys here, I do want to let you guys know I do have a YouTube channel that's pretty much dedicated to my personal, not personal life, but part personal life. And it's called Jessica Kohinoor Officially. If you guys did not know, I am trying to reclaim my name. I'm trying to get my name back. Do you hear what I'm saying? Trying to reclaim my name. So I want to put you guys on to that YouTube channel. I'm going to bring that up right now. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. Oh, looks so cute here. All right. So check this out. Here we go. I'm going to share it. I'm going to share it. All right. So you guys see that? This is Jessica Kohinoor Official. This is my YouTube channel where I do a lot of story time. So you can feel free to go over here and subscribe, especially if you just want to hear my stories and what I got to say on this channel, Jessica Kohinoor Official. It's no celebrities because it's all about me. Okay. When I talk about celebrities and stuff, honey, it's a job. But when I'm talking about me, really, it's just my business. You get what I'm saying? So I'm letting y'all in my business just a little bit. Okay. Not a whole bunch, but just a little bit. I hear you. I've been here from the beginning. Oh, shit. If you've been here from the beginning, press a 2. Where my OGs at? Where my OGs at? Johnson said, I've been here from the beginning. Show me some motherfucking respect. I know that's right. If you've been here from the beginning, press a 2. Oh hell, come on. Well, listen, I hope y'all listen. I hope my OGs, I hope y'all come up here and talk to me too. Cuz in the past I kind of cut myself off. And I got an explanation for everything. So I would love for you guys to come up here and talk to me as well. Ask me any questions y'all gotta ask me about anybody, whoever, it don't matter. Okay. I want to hear what my people gotta say. I want to reconnect to my people. I haven't reconnected to my fan base in a long time, and I want to start doing that. And I told y'all I wanted to start doing that this year. So this is another attempt of me trying to do it. Okay. We have 37 likes here. Let's get more likes. And when you say, for those that don't know me from my past, I my first time coming out and telling the world that I was before my transition. Okay. When I told the world that I like men, I was a homosexual. Okay. What the internet was the first place I told the world I was a homosexual. Okay. So when people assumed that I was a heterosexual, I was on here. And then people got wind that look, I'm thinking about that shit, man. People got wind. Cause when I first got on the internet, I didn't tell nobody I liked the men's and shit. They thought I was from the straight community, girl. Yeah. They thought I was a straight nigga. Okay. And that's how I live my life. I've never lived my life with rainbows. And I never been one of those. And it's nothing wrong with that. And some people may say self-hate. People say, the reason why you're not so LGBT pro because you have some self-hate about yourself. You hate being gay, you hate being this and that. And maybe I did, maybe shit. I'm not gonna argue with y'all on that. I was raised by really strict conservative people. I was raised by religious people. I was raised by homophobics and transphobics. Okay. Yeah. So I'm sure I do have a lot of residue and it's probably still in this shit. You know what I mean? I have learned to live with it, okay? And then I look at the world now, and you know how now you have more parents that is more open-minded with their kids, and they're allowing their kids to choose their gender, and they're allowing their kids to be expressive with their, who they are, not to deny them. And y'all get their ass backlash. Y'all giving these parents hell out here in these streets. My goodness, my goodness. And to think, I'm like, damn, me, I was raised the opposite. I didn't have a choice in the matter. I had to be a straight person. You know, I had to be a straight person. Yeah, I had to be. I will keep. Look, I was forced to be a heterosexual, damn it. Okay. I could not express myself how I want to express myself. That was not allowed where I came from, how I grew up in. Shit, I was trying to survive. I'm a survivor, y'all. Hashtag survivor. I'm a survivor. I ain't gonna give up. But no, I'll be like, damn, I wish I had parents like that. But even though they parents are going through hell right now, especially with this new administration, I was like, damn, I was kind of jealous of these kids, these new LGBT kids, because they have so they can express and they can be themselves and they don't have to worry about is their parents gonna love them or not. They don't have to worry about this. I was in school trying to figure out, damn, if I get kicked out, where am I gonna go? I had to think about that. But these kids that have those great parents, they never have to question their parents' love for them. They never have to question or think about in school, oh my God, is my parents going to accept me or love me if they find out who I am? Now they just got to worry about if Trump going to deport their ass for being gay or being trans. At this point, hell, you see what he doing to ICE? Look, I be thinking his ass gonna deport LGBT and transgenders next. That's how I be thinking. Do any of y'all be thinking that? Press 7 if that ever came across your mind, or maybe it's just me. I don't know. So, people, my OGs, I'm thinking they have seen me in that phase. They have probably seen me um, come out as trans as well. When I came out as trans, man, that was a whole different type of whoop ass. You know what I'm saying? So they have seen me through so many transitions. They have seen me transition to go from transgender to just like disappearing off this mug, you know what I mean? To be cognito and then to bust out as Ruby May. I got a whole bunch of shit going on. Ain't nobody like me, baby. Okay? Ain't nobody like me. All right, so let's fast forward. What it says. How is your relationship with your parents now? KJ, I just got off the phone with my mama. Okay. It is amazing. My mother is my best friend. I love my mother so much. My stepfather, KJ, is so strict. Okay. I knew. And can I tell you something, KJ? Okay. Family, great. Parents, great. Siblings, I just got off the phone with my brother. You know what I'm saying? Real close to my brother. Everything great. But I will say this. My family members, like I told you guys, it's a lot of homophobic people in my family. And guess what? I love my homophobic family. I know that's fucked up, right? Is that fucked up? That I love my homophobic and my transphobic family members, and it's not like I love them like I tolerate them. Like I'm real close with them, and they're real close with me. And I know it probably hurt and broke the fuck they heart when I came out again and again and again. I didn't care that it broke their heart because I'm not living for them, and I wasn't going to be in fear for them. But I did have close relationships with them before, and I knew they wasn't going to go for it. But when I did come out, some was hesitant, but we got back close. But it's like they respect me. They never called me a him or nothing like that, even when they argue with me and we don't agree. And when we disagree and when we argue, I'm thinking in my head, watch, they going to hit me with the misgender shit. They going to weaponize my sexuality and use it as a diss. But can I tell you something? They have never done that. My homophobic and transphobic family, they have never done that to me. Now, I don't think, and I think they only do it because of the love that they have for me. Not that I still feel like they still cannot stand, maybe gay and trans people, honestly. But for me, and I don't know how fucked this may sound, they never misgender me. They give me the utmost respect and they love me and I love being around them. They love being around me and we're real close. I'm actually closer to some of them than some other family. Is that weird to y'all? Press 3 if you find that to be so fucking weird, okay? Press 9 if you don't find that to be weird. I think, stepping out of my situation, looking in, it'd be like, okay, that is so awkward. That is so awkward. I'd be like, I would not trust their ass. And I mean, I trust them, but I don't trust them. I ain't gonna tell them all, you know what I mean? But it is what it is. I don't know what else to say about it, honey. I don't know what else to say. All right. Okay, KJ said that's a blessing. All right, so Tyler says that's weird. Well, Tyler, can you hit the link up here and come up here and talk to me, Tyler? Question me, talk to me, Tyler. I'm trying to be open, y'all. Do y'all think I'm doing a good job trying to be so open and vulnerable right now? I normally haven't done this in a while, but I'm working on it to continue to be open and vulnerable with my business. Because honestly, I do feel like you should keep your business, to yourself. And why am I telling you my business now? It's because I already have a reputation out here. I already have history out here. And I can't run from my history. Trust me, I have tried to run from my motherfucking history on this internet. But I may as well just, try to grab it by the hairs and just, utilize it, I'm tired of fighting it. But if I did not have the history that I had, and if y'all did not see me evolve and do all this change and shit, I probably would not be talking about this shit right now, honestly. Okay. But it is what it is. And like I said, I wanted to reclaim my name. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of people putting false narratives out here and me have to listen to this shit and just take it like a bitch. You know what I mean? Just take it. Take it. Now I'm good at taking it, but goddamn, how much can I take? Every goddamn year. And you know what? I thought me not saying anything for a couple of years, give it 2 or 3 years, the shit gonna die down. Man, do they have a damn reunion? It feel like every twice a year, my name pop up. Somebody put me in a YouTube. Somebody mentioned my name, and then all these questions start coming about. Well, where is she at? Why did she leave the internet? What's she doing now? Well, oh my God. And then people put all these fake stories, all these fake narratives, and I just let it ride because I'm like, shit. Why respond to it if you don't plan on coming out here and really, opening up? Like I never was planning to going back to open it up. So I was just going to let you guys just have it. But now it's like, okay, I'm tired of this shit. Every year is something. This year it was something. Somebody did a video and I told him, I said, I appreciate you making a video about me. Even though I try to be private. And, so they ain't gonna leave me alone, y'all. They not gonna leave me alone. So I may as well just control it. And I'm a control freak. And one thing I cannot stand when somebody just take my narrative and just run with it and make shit up. It's so much. And I've been patient. I'm a very patient. I've been patient for all these years. So yeah, I'm back on that thing. So yeah, okay. So what else are y'all saying? Somebody said, that ain't weird. They just see you for you. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Yeah. So, Johnson said, I'm happy for you, but of course, stuff not meant people are. But like I said, you guys can hit that link anytime and come up here and ask me questions or talk to me. But we have 63 people liking this video. Can I get more likes? Y'all know I'm begging for likes. Damn, Oh, do y'all remember when I used to have a whole bunch of likes? Okay. Now I'm begging for likes. Look how life have changed. I have been humbled, y'all. Ooh, I ain't never thought I'd see the day. I'll be begging for likes, but look at me now. But that's all right. It's a lesson in everything. Amen. It's a lesson in everything. So let's get back to the title. Do we ever get to the title? Hell no. Fucking around with me. All right, so the title reads, where is the title? Can we get to the title? Okay, Jessica Kohinoor Transgender. Okay, I got that out the way. Okay, story time, dating on FaceTime, the perks. Oh, girl, I got a story time first, then I get to the perks. Now, winter is around the corner. Amen. Press 3 if you know winter is around the corner, honey. Now, honestly, I'm not big into relationships. I have my fair share of relationships, okay? As when I had relationships as a straight man. That shit sounds so fucking funny to me. I had relationships as a straight man. I had a relationship as a gay man. I had a relationship as a transgender woman, right? I have all these goddamn relationships, okay? Bitch, I have lived. Do you hear what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck. I have so many experiences under my belt. I have lived, okay? I got so many damn stories, and I don't tell nobody my stories. Do you hear what I'm saying? I keep my shit pee. But anyway, whoo, whoo. Okay, I say that to say, I've been in relationships. I kind of see what they have to offer. And I get the best peace of mind when I'm single, I don't have to worry about, when I'm single, I don't have to worry about, am I disappointing someone, I don't have to worry about, is somebody disappointing me. Um, yeah, when you with somebody, they have some great times, but damn, do they ever tell you about the fucking lows? It's a lot of lows in relationships. You know, you can get your heart broken, that motherfucker, and sometimes these heartbreaks you may not come back for. And I prefer to be single instead of dealing with that. And can I be honest? It's so many fine niggas out here, y'all. Girl, when I go outside, I'm bumping to them. Okay, when I'm online, I'm bumping to them. God damn, man. When I tell you the inbox, it's just off the chain. I can't even keep up. Do you hear what I'm saying? Okay. But don't think I'm a hoe. I'm not meeting all these men, okay? I'm not having a relationship with all these men either. Okay, because I'm very what? I'm very picky. I'm very selective. And yeah, as a transgender, I'm very picky. But guess what? When I was a straight man, I was picky. That shit's so funny to me. When I was a gay man, I was picky. I've always been picky. So picky is just part of my personality. Now, huh. Oh shit. Oh. Now, I tell you what. I tell you what. Okay. Out of all those different groups, bitch, have y'all ever heard some shit like this? Have you ever heard some shit like that? Have you ever heard somebody talk about when they dated when they were straight, gay? No wonder why motherfuckers think you crazy and confusion delusion. God damn. I mean, that is not typical. That's not the typical. Because I'm not a typical motherfucker. You know, I'm very not supernatural in this bitch, right? But anyway, what I was what I was saying, I'm sorry, I laugh at myself a lot. Hell, I make my own self laugh. But out of all those three categories, when I was dating different groups, okay, the straight man part, when I tell you these bitches run their mouth, when you are dating a girl, she want to tell the whole block. When I was dating girls, you know, they wanted to brag about me. Hey, let me tell y'all who with. Let me show y'all. It's so damn irritating. Cause you know, honey, I was a player, okay? You know, I'm entertaining her, you know what I mean? But yeah, that's annoying. Cause I like to keep my shit discreet. I don't like people to know who I'm talking to and nothing like that. You know, I just don't like it, you know. But it is what it is. Okay, when it goes to the gay men, now it's different departments in the gay men, right? You got your discreet gay men. Now, with those, you don't have to worry about your business coming out. But once you start fucking around with them gays that's kind of open with that shit, hell, they worse than the bitches. They are worse than the bitches. They gossip. Oh my God, it's so messy. Shit, I still got niggas on this internet I seen the other day. Oh yeah, I used to date such and such. I used to date. Bitch, why are you telling people you used to date? Me, okay? That's nothing to brag about, shit, because I'm surely not bragging about your ass. Like that, to me, that's disgusting. It's gross. Keep your business. If that's the past, let the past die. Damn. The fuck? Always want a storyline with me. Always want to attach me to you. Why? I would never want to attach myself to your ass. You don't fucking exist. You know what? People say people make mistakes. A lot of you bitches were a fucking mistake for me, okay? Can you please stop attaching me to your ass? I don't like that shit. But that's what these homosexuals do. Now, when it comes to the transgender shit, right? Man, I haven't, you know, they know how to keep their business to themselves. And I like it like that. I like it like that. I like it, motherfucker, like that. Now, I do believe it is different groups when it comes to men that are attracted to transgenders. And I think it's a group where these men are like out with dating transgenders. And I don't know because I've never dated those type of guys. I prefer discreet guys that keep their business to themselves. Not saying they down low, but they discreet because I'm a discreet person. I don't put my business out there. I don't want nobody to know who my boyfriend is because I'm discreet. Not meaning that I'm hiding, that I'm trans. I just don't want nobody to know who my husband is, my boyfriend is. I want to keep that between me, my friends, and my family. And that's it. I don't need validation from social media. I don't need to spread my business on social media. And I've always been that way and I don't need it. Now when I was, you know, the gay dude, I did skits and I did fake belief storylines where I was pretending to like this guy. And I did a few times, and that was just for story time and for skits and shit. And people thought it was real, but none of those relationships that Jacob was in, none of those relationships were real. People thought it was real. None of them was real. You ain't never seen my boyfriend on this internet. You ain't never because I keep my shit pee. And I've always been that way. And maybe it has a lot to do with how I was upbringing. I told you I was raised very conservative, religious more so. And even though I didn't take everything from religion, I didn't take everything from my conservative background, but I still hold on to some traits. I still hold on to some things. Clearly I didn't accept all traditions, right? But some traditions I did hold on to. And being discreet, you know, that's one of them, right? When it comes to my love life. And I have no regrets to that. So yeah. So yeah, I just wanted to point that out there. Hell. Uh Tyler says, how you support your fans? Tyler, I'm just reconnecting with my fans. So I haven't supported my fans. And my fans haven't supported me because I haven't allowed myself um, space and availability for my fans to support me. How can my fans support me when I'm always doing celebrity gossip and I'm not being vulnerable and I'm not showing people who I am and I'm just hiding behind celebrity gossip? I'm hiding behind everybody else's story. And I do that because it's a job and I'm not like these past years. I wasn't trying to be friends with people. I wasn't trying to have a fan base. I wasn't trying to be famous. I was trying to do whatever I could not to be famous because I just wanted to do my coverage and I just wanted to go. I didn't want to have a big name or, all this attention on me. But goddamn, it's like every year, twice a year, they always bringing my name up. They always had all these questions, and then other motherfuckers filling in the blank. I didn't ask you to fill in the blank. None of you bitches can't say shit about me. You don't know me. I have no friends out here. So over time, over year after year after year after year, it's the same motherfucking play. Now motherfucking creating YouTube channels and you know what I mean? So I was like, no, I'm just gonna come back and snatch my name back. So that's what I'm doing. So Tyler, I don't know how it will look. I don't expect it to look like the past because time changes. And with time, things changes. Everybody is different. I'm older now. Everything is different. I'm different. My mindset, how I see things are different than I did when I had my fan base. So my fans that want to continue my legacy will have to re-get to know me. I have to re-get to know my fans because my fans, they might be more liberal than I am. They might be more conservative. I doubt it. But I'm just saying, I don't know. We have to re-get to know, and I'm probably gonna have a new fan base. I don't know. And shit, you know me. Sometimes I say, okay, I'm going to do this and I don't fall through. I have an issue with being consistent. I'm not a consistent person. I'm very wishy-washy. If I say I do some shit and then I get irritated and I be like, fuck it, I ain't doing this shit no more. So let's just hope I stay consistent throughout the storm and I weather the storm. And we'll just see how it goes, child. But going back to the story about dating. So, um, I had this person, right? Honey, this man. He was chocolate. He was decent looking, all right? And anytime I'm dating, you know, on computer online, or even if I meet a guy at the gas station, grocery store, at the mall, at a party, whatever, we exchange numbers, right? Okay. Then we see what happens. Now, for if it's online, I don't give out my number. I don't like giving out my number. I just don't like giving out my motherfucking number. I used to when I didn't know any better, but now I know better and I don't give out my number. Hell, I had this a few weirdos, but I had another weirdo, and because I don't know why I entertained his ass, but I did anyway. And then he was just keep calling me back to back to back to back to back, back to back to back. I'm like, damn, you don't got no job. You ain't doing that with your life. Why you got so much time to bug me? That's annoying. That is not attractive. I don't want no man that have too much time on his hands. I don't like him. I don't like that shit, you know? I like to chase the nigga. I don't want the nigga to chase me like that. What? Not, no, I take that back because I do want to be chased, but not in that way. I don't know how. Okay, well, you're going to have to explain that shit, right? Okay, let me explain it. Okay, how can I say it? Who chasing who? Who chasing who? Do you want a man to chase you, or do you want to chase the man? I don't want to chase no nigga, okay? I don't want to chase no man. And I don't want him to chase me. Honestly, I don't think I want to chase, and I don't want to be chased. I don't want neither. I don't want nobody to keep bothering over and over and over and over again. And I don't want to keep bothering somebody over and over again. I don't want neither of that. I guess in my perfect world would be that you understand I have a busy schedule. I understand that you have a busy schedule, that we have understanding. If I say, I'm going through a lot of work and I'm going to reach back to you, and if I don't reach back to you in 24 hours, just hit me up with a text and say, "Hey, I'm thinking about you." If that doesn't get my attention, hit my ass with an Apple Pay. Talk to me through Zelle. Hit my ass with a Zelle. Hit my ass with the Cash App. Okay? Okay. Okay. That stopped me working. And I say, okay, and don't make it cheap either. Give me the Apple Pay to Zelle that can pay off a good big bill. Then I can take a break from work and say, okay, babe, what's up? You got all my attention. In my perfect world, that's how it would go. Okay. You see, he didn't blow my phone up. Okay. He hit me up to remind me. And then, okay, that didn't work. Let me hit her ass with this bill money. How about that? Okay. She didn't ask. I'm just going to do it because I want to impress her and I want to get her attention. See, that's what I like. You know what I mean? Okay. See, I don't think that's chasing. That's just a man that knows how to get my attention. All right. And I guess the other way around, if I'm trying to reach out to him, damn, I didn't think this through. I didn't think about the other way around. I didn't think about the other way around. The other way around, if I'm trying to reach out to him and he's like, "Hey, I'm traveling, I'm busy." I'm not gonna bug his ass. I'm gonna be like, okay, he's traveling, he's busy. My life, I have so many things I can do and so many people in my life, like family, that I can talk to or rely on. So I'm not going to get bored. I don't have an obsessive personality where I'm obsessed with anybody, even my boyfriend. I don't have an obsessive personality trait. So if he tells me he's busy, what would I do? I guess I will I send him a heart like within an hour or something, tell him I'm thinking about him. But I'm never gonna be like the man and you said you was gonna call me back and you never. I would never do that because I just think that's annoying and that doesn't make. I know it doesn't make me want to call when a person be like, you said you was gonna do this. I don't know. Just let me know that you're thinking about me or just do something. But don't be asking me shit like that. That's annoying as hell. And if that don't get his attention, I'll make a video shaking my ass. I don't know. Okay. I'll be like, Daddy, I want that wood in my mouth. I'm so horny for you, Daddy. You know what I mean? I say some shit like that to get his attention. You know what I mean? Yeah. Okay. That definitely gonna get him to hit my ass up like real quick. Be like, listen, I'm like Little Caesars. I'm hot and ready. Shit, I'm hot and ready in this bitch. I'm Little Caesars. I'm hot and ready. Okay. And that'll get his ass running. And if he don't run from that, then maybe he just not really into me like I thought so. And just cut the umbilical cord. Just move on, child. It's not that serious to me. But yeah. So anyway, don't I take a long time to talk? Because I'm a talker. I'm a talking motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? That's why I should have a talk show. All right. So can we get the likes up? Are you guys enjoying my live so far? Huh? Am I being open and honest and vulnerable right now? Press 7 if I'm doing a good job, just being so open and honest and vulnerable. Okay? Press 7. I need some support. Hey, Tim. Just let y'all know I need a lot of support. Can y'all support my ass? I need a lot of support, y'all. I need a lot of attention, okay? Especially for my fans. And if we gonna do this thing, let's do this thing. Goddamn. Hell. Thank you, Kavon. You know, Kavon always have my back, baby. Okay, thank you, Kavon. All right. No, you just very detailed. Okay. Oh, thank you, Trinity. Trinity gave me a 7. Yeah. All right. Y'all can give me more 7s in here. Y'all don't got to do me like that. Hell. Let's get these likes up. All right. So, anyway, honey, my goodness. My goodness. So, today, this guy, okay, he was chocolate. Now, I FaceTime everybody. If I meet you out in the streets, I'm going to FaceTime you. If I meet you online, I'm going to FaceTime you. It's no reason why I don't FaceTime you. And do you guys FaceTime when you guys are dating or you meet somebody online or whatever? I would suggest always FaceTime. I'm not going to meet you without a FaceTime. I'm just going to need a FaceTime. I'm going to need a FaceTime. FaceTime is a must. Okay. It's a must. Okay. It's a must. It's a must. It's a must. All right. So we FaceTime. Now, I almost ended the FaceTime real quick. Okay. Okay. What did I see when he was FaceTiming? When he FaceTimed me, he was slouching. I don't like a man to slouch when I'm FaceTiming him. Like I said, you guys, I'm very picky. And to let you guys know, throughout all of my transitions, I think I'm most picky now than okay, heterosexual. When I was a heterosexual dude, I was very picky and I was very arrogant. I think being a straight man, I was the most arrogant in my life when I was, a straight man. I was the most arrogant ever. Now, when I came a gay, I was more humble. I don't know why. I don't know. Maybe because I felt more low self-esteem being a homosexual than being a heterosexual. I don't know. But that homosexual, it humbled me, right? I don't know why this shit is so funny to me, but it's funny. Okay. But being trans, now in the beginning of my transition, I was not picky. Okay. The reason why I wasn't picky and I was not myself in the dating world as a transgender at the beginning, because I was told that ain't nobody gonna love me, ain't nobody gonna find me attractive. Mind you, this is all coming from gay men, okay? Gay men that was in love with the gay man, okay? Okay, so I accepted that. I accepted the fact that ain't nobody gonna love me. I accepted the fact that ain't nobody gonna find me attractive. I said, I don't give a fuck. Man, do you know I have so much dick in my lifetime? I said, if I don't have no more dick ever in life, I'm good. Okay? I don't need no more dick. You know what I mean? I mean, I love it, but at the end of the day, dick don't make or break me. You know what I'm saying? I know it break y'all, but it don't make it break me, right? And I tell you what, since we talking about dick and wood, or let me just say wood, because you know how we is. Let's wood. Now Trump, he doing a lot of stuff with the LGBT. And I get on this internet and I see the LGBT people, they still twerking, they still freaking, they still partying. But let Trump bring out a legislation saying, you know, getting wood is a crime. That's when they gonna start rallying. You know, they gonna give a damn then. Cut that dick off. Cut that wood off, man. Man, make it illegal to have that wood, and I bet you they gon' give a damn then. They don't care enough right now. Cut that wood off. Watch and see. But anyway, you know, if they cut the wood off for me and say I can't have no more, wood ever in life, I'm gonna be fine. Honestly, I will be fine. You know, D is something that I like. It's enjoyable. It is a hobby. It's a hobby. You know, I do D when I'm bored. I do wood and D when I'm feeling low, when I'm feeling depressed. You know, D can bring my spirits up. When I feel like I'm doing a great job, I reward myself with D. You know what I mean? But maybe I need to change D out for Jesus. Maybe I need to exchange the wood for Jesus. Amen. Don't they say it's wood worship, dick worship? You know what I mean? But no. But I don't need it. You know what I mean? But I love it. I enjoy it. And sometimes I like talking about it more than ever. So I don't know what it is, but sometimes I love just talking about it. You know, I can talk about D every single day, all day, every day. But even though I can talk about it so much and I love it so much, I can also I can go without it. You know what I'm saying? I know some people, you may say, well, am I addicted to the D? That's a hard question. No. I have had withdrawals. You know what I'm saying? I have the longest I've been without some D. Ooh, how long? How long has it been? The longest I've been without D was probably, I would say, 6 months. 6 months, yeah. 6 months. About 6 months. I would say like 6 months. And what happened? You know, living as a transgender, okay? Some of that stuff with your hormones, when you get all that testosterone out your body, depends on how hard you go. It helps for you not to think about sex. Man, those months, man, I didn't even think about sex at all. I guess I was on that shit real heavy, right? And I don't know, I just didn't think about it. You know, I didn't have those thoughts. I wasn't feeling anything because I had all that testosterone wiped out. Okay. But for me to actually want to do it and think about D, I have to really think really hard. Like I really had to think really hard. And even when I thought really hard, nothing would come up. Like it was just like I want to do something else. It was like I was anti D, you know? And I never thought I'd be anti D a day in my life, but I was really anti D. I didn't want nothing to do with D. And at that moment, I said, "Man, I wish I was taking this shit when I was a teenager." Because if I was taking that shit when I was a teenager, I could focus more. Cause when you're a teenager and those hormones are coming and it's overdrive, I can't think nothing but dig, 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 dig. You know what I mean? But if I was on that shit, man, I'll be into my books. I'll be focused because it reduces all that sexual urges and all those sexual drives. I was like, man, this shit is a miracle, especially if you want to be focused and you have D as a distraction. You know what I mean? But I said I was gonna pull back from it. So I pulled back, and surely enough, some of that testosterone started coming on through. Child, no. Okay, this what happened first. Okay, before I pulled back from that shit, right? Okay, okay. You know, listen, sometimes it can make you, you know, how can I say it? During that 6 months, I didn't want to have sex, but I did want to be hugged at night. You know what I mean? I wanted to be compassionate. You know what I mean? So, you know, I was getting into, dating and talking and relationships and shit. And he wanted to do it, you know? You know what I mean? And it was just I didn't have the urge to do it. And that was kind of like that was kind of awkward because I like being around a person. I find them attractive, but I just didn't have the sex drive to really go through it. And then when we're trying, it was like it wasn't I didn't care for it. It was like, damn, are we done yet? Like, and then that shit would tighten your ass up. It felt like I was a virgin all over again. You know what I mean? Man, I could feel every inch. God damn. Man, that shit would tighten you up. God damn. Damn, son. Okay. Ooh, that shit, honey. When I tell you, we needed some Diddy oil. More oil. More oil. Hell yeah. Okay, because when you're not turned on like that, shit get dry as fuck, right? And then shit is tight, dry. You're going to need some more oil, more oil. And it's just not a great experience. So I was like, well, maybe I need to, you know, I need, yeah, you know what? Females do got some testosterone in them. You know what I'm saying? Every female have some testosterone. Every male have some estrogen in them, right? Honey, I done wiped out all that shit out of me. Okay, my T levels was zero. Okay, so I was like, damn, I need to get me some fucking testosterone in me so I can enjoy sex again. You know what I mean? So once I did that, then we was all right. But yeah, I don't even know how I got here. Look, Kavan, I don't even know how I got here. See what happens when I start running my mouth and I don't know how to shut the hell up. And let me tell y'all, I got an issue. I talk a lot. And, once you get me to yapping, it ain't no stopping, baby. I put my foot on the gas and it ain't no coming up. Okay? I put my foot on the gas, I say, and it ain't no coming up. I don't got no damn brakes. I don't got no brakes about this mouth. I don't got no brakes. So I just want to say that for the years that I've been very quiet, I applaud myself because I did something that a lot of people can't do, which is shut the fuck up. I shut the fuck up for years. You know that amen, amen. So anyway, okay, going back to the FaceTime I had today. And that's just a part of me, girl. I'm everywhere. So I FaceTime this guy today. And when I first saw him, he was slouch. I don't like that. I like when a guy is standing up. Listen, you about to be on the phone with a queen. Prepare yourself. You know what I mean? Prepare yourself. I cannot stand when I FaceTime a guy, he laying in the bed. That is a turn off. You laying your ass in the bed talking on the phone with me. In my mind, if I was a straight man, I'll be like, listen, okay, she about to call me on a FaceTime. I want to look presentable. I want to be stand up. I want to be positioned as a man. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I want her to take me serious. This is our first time FaceTime. I'm going to take FaceTime as serious. I take FaceTime as serious. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be in some nice audio. The kids not going to be in the background. The music not going to be playing loud. I'm not going to have the dog barking. It's going to be me and you. That's what I expect when I get on FaceTime. FaceTime etiquette. I cannot stand when I get on FaceTime. Y'all got the TV loud. Okay, that lets me know a lot about you. Okay? Man, it's so many things I can complain about, but I won't. So anyway, honey, he just lounging. But you know what? He did get up. He rose. And he started to talk. And I was about to hang up too because I heard an accent. And I know I was rude, but I was irritated. Why was I irritated? Because he started off slouching, and I didn't like a guy that slouch, but he stood up, so that was cool. And he was talking. He said, "Hey, how you doing?" I was like, "Hey, how you doing?" And I heard the accent. I said, "Where you from?" I shouldn't have said that. That was not nice for me to say that, right? And he says he's from, I ain't gonna tell you where he's from, but he said he's from somewhere, right? And I was like, oh, okay. I knew you were somewhere. And he was asking me where I was from, and then we started talking and everything. And the conversation was nice. Actually, I was on the phone for him with 2 hours, girl. 2 hours, yeah. But I'm a talker. I can talk to anybody. Oftentimes, guys be like, oh my God, I never talked to a girl like you before. I love your conversation. You so different from everybody else. I don't know if they gassing my head up or whatever, but girl, it's working, okay? Because I know nobody think like me. Nobody can have the conversation I be having. Anyway, okay. So I noticed his background. And listen, when you on FaceTime, get into the background. I know I do. Anytime I'm on FaceTime, girl, I'm looking at that room. I'm looking at who around him. I'm looking at everything. And I always ask a guy, can you take me on a tour? Even if it's our first FaceTime, especially if it's going good. I say, can you take me on a house tour or an apartment tour? Can you show me a room? I want to see. I want to see who I'm talking about. I want to see how you living. I want to see, honey. Okay. And they allow me to, you know what I'm saying? However, been denied, be like, no. I have some people be like, my room junky, but usually they give it in because junky people, they don't care how they shit look. They really don't care how they shit look. So they just do it. But then another thing, okay, listen, I do ask them to pull it out because I want to see it. I want to see what they're working with. That's important to me, Girl, I had him pull it out, but he ain't pull it out till later, right? All right. So I was like, oh my goodness, I love your chandelier, honey. He has great taste. His chandelier, top notch. So I said, can you give me a tour? Honey, when I tell you, his house, $2 to $3 million, easy. He gave me a tour. He has a huge house. It was clean. It was nice. He designed it himself. I saw his neighborhood. It was great. I said, oh my goodness, I could live here. You know what I mean? Now, when I was young, I always, I know it sounds bad, but when I was young and I used to meet guys that had like expensive cars or big houses, I would imagine myself living there. I would imagine myself driving their car like it's my own. It's like, okay, he got this. And it's like, okay, this is going to be mine. You know what I mean? Isn't that crazy? I know that's crazy thinking, but I used to be that way very bad. Like I would date a guy and I would consume his life and be like, this life is going to be my life and his car, this is going to be mine. And I can see myself driving that car. That's going to be my shit. I can see myself. I'm just picturing myself in this house like this is my house, Is that crazy to y'all? Press 9 if it's crazy to you guys. Press 10 if you felt that way before. Okay. So yeah. So he just showing me everything, and I'm so impressed. I mean, this the detail, just everything, how he had all the rooms laid out. Yes, girl, all the rooms, how he has certain things designed. I mean, this guy, he's a hard worker. He's a honest worker. He's not a drug dealer. Okay. He's not, you know what I mean? He's not a scammer. He's an honest working guy, and he lives in a great neighborhood, and he has a nice lifestyle, and I would want to be a part of that experience, you know? So he gave me the tour, and I was like, oh my goodness, I love it. I was like, congratulations. And he has a great job, very high paying. He's secure with his job and everything. And we were talking, and he was asking me like some of my vices. And my vices, I don't know if you guys know this, but my vice is I have a shopping addiction. Like my shopping addiction is very bad, like extremely bad, like very bad. Like every night I'm shopping and I'm buying stuff that I don't need, and I just really I'm addicted to shopping. And he was like, "Oh my goodness, I wish I would have met you before. You know, I could have helped you out with your shopping addiction and stuff like that." And I really appreciate that. And he was giving me advice about, investing my money and stocks and bonds. And I was asking him, what do you think I should invest in? And he was like, well, have you started looking at the AI, stock? Look at the AI, it probably only costs you $2. And then within 5 to 10 years, easily it's going to grow. And I never thought, even though I do like AI, but I've never thought about investing in AI in the stock market. Have you guys ever, have you guys invested in AI or any company in AI? Press 1 if you already thought about that or done it. Press 9 if you haven't. And this is the type of people I want to surround myself with, because, some of these knuckleheads, they don't even think that way. They don't even envision them having a house or creating their own design in their house. Like, you know what I mean? I mean, this guy, he had like a 3 to 4 garage. I mean, the floor, it was, what is it? It was like marble all through his house, girl. Even the upstairs, okay? Everything, it felt like I was watching, one of those $1 million real estate homes, And he was so open and honest, about everything. And he's not married. He don't have a girlfriend, and he has no kids, okay? So, hello, okay? So yeah. Okay, so I was like, I like this energy. I like men like that. This is the type of men that I like. This is the type of men that I want to be around, But I was still curious about, is it packing? I mean, he got money, he's very secure. How else do I feel? Okay, what else, honestly? Um Okay, I have to be honest. When he was telling me that I need to scale back and I shouldn't be shopping like this and shopping like that, I was a little bit disappointed. But I didn't tell him that, and I didn't show that I was disappointed in his what he said to me, because I've have gotten that from different guys before that has a lot of money. They would tell me, you know, you know how they talk. Well, I don't have to drive a luxury car because I forgot what he said. Shit, because a lot of that shit went out the window when he was talking. But pretty much that he invests his money wisely. He's not flashy. He don't have to do stuff for other people. And hell, I don't do shit for other people, but I like to have expensive stuff. I like to have expensive stuff, not for nobody, but for me. But I knew at this moment he wouldn't understand that, because a lot of guys that I talk to that is in his position, they don't understand that. They just think I'm a spoiled little brat that just ignorant, right? So I didn't go there with him. I was just like, you know what? You're so right. And I wish I had somebody like you because, things would be different. He was like, I'm going to give you a spanking and everything. I was like, yeah, I need a spanking, little flirty stuff like that. I like my guy to talk to me like that. So, so yeah, man, oh man, I tell you. We had a good time. I enjoyed myself on that FaceTime call with him. I've learned a lot and just that energy and just that conversation. What else I was going to say? I forgot what else I was going to say. Yeah. Okay. Well, okay. I still wanted to know if he was packing, right? Because I've been in situations where it seemed like everything is nice, but the man ain't packing. You know what I mean? It's a shrimp. So I was like, how can I find out if he packing? And so I started to put on a hoe on him. You know what I mean? What you mean by put a hoe on him? Okay, okay. So listen, um, look, I'm not, I'm not trying to get married. I didn't come to him like I'm trying to get married. He did give me a speech. You know how these guys give you a whole speech. Like these girls want to use him, and the lot of girls that he be meeting, they want money from him. And so, when guys tell you that spiel, it's like don't come to them thinking they are bank. So I switched it and I was like, you know what? I don't want anything from you. I just want to make you happy. Like, I just want to be your support system and I just want to make you happy. You know, if I was to see you or be around you, I would just want to get on my knees and just say, please, you know? And he's like, no, you're joking. He was like, well, what would you want out of it? I said, I don't want anything. I just want to make you happy. I get a joy out of making you happy. I get a joy, from that. And he's like, well, I want to make you happy too. And then I had to tell him something. And I mean, this is honest. And I had to tell him, like, I don't like a guy that wants to please me. Um, and he kind of felt like he was like, "What?" He was like, "Every girl wants to be pleased." And I said, "Well, I guess I'm not like every girl because I don't want a guy to please me." Like when guys be like, "Oh my goodness, what can I do to please you? I want to please you." It annoys the fuck out of me. It's annoying because I don't like to be pleased. I don't. It's annoying. I don't like it. I lose respect for you. And some guys, they were like so consistent. I'm like, all right, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Okay, you please me sexually. But then I would lose respect for him. I like the unbalanced in relationships. And I know, it might sound awkward to a lot of people, but I like the traditional sense. And I guess in the bedroom I'm more traditional, where a man is not there to please a woman. I know some men can do it, but I don't want my man to try to please me. I want everything to be around him. I want him to be the leader. I want him to be the head. I want to worship him. Um, and that's just what I like, and that turns me on. And he was like, "Well, what about your completion? You don't want to be completed?" And you know what I mean by that? No, I will have so much more joy not being completed versus if I'm completed. And a lot of people don't get it. But that's just how I am. That's just what it is, God damn it. Now Kavan said I'm very submissive. Now I don't think I'm submissive. I don't know what I am. Am I submissive? I don't know. Okay, see, Kavan, I feel like submissive is if a guy want to please you, then you're gonna submit and be like, okay, well, please me. If you want to please me, please me. I'm not that submissive in that sense because it's like, no, I know what I want, and I don't want to do that. I don't want you to I don't know. Like, guys be I don't know how to describe it. Ah, I don't know. You know how some guys be trying to. Do I like to be kissed on my neck? Sometimes, not all the time, and it depends on who it is. But most time, I don't want you to do all that kissy kissy and all that shit. You know what I mean? I want you to be in a suit with your legs open. I want you to make me crawl to your ass. You know what I mean? I want you to make me crawl to you. You know what I mean? I want to feel honored to be on my knees. I want to feel like, man, I'm so thankful for him to just choose me and to be here. That's the feeling I like. A lot of guys nowadays, they are pleasers. And a lot of guys want to please me and it just annoys me and it's just not my type. Would I utilize it? Not really. Sometimes, like if I'm very attracted to the person and they're like pleaser, I'm like, okay. But once it's over, it's like I really don't want to call him anymore. And I just see him as like a eater, How guys, I just want to eat, I want to be an eater and I just want to please you. And I'm like, ugh, it just don't turn me on. And I know they do it thinking it will turn me on because they think that everybody is the same. But no. Honestly, I prefer a guy not to eat at all. If I could have a perfect guy, that means that guy have never put his mouth on anything. I prefer a guy that have never did anything orally with his mouth. You know? That's just what I would prefer. A guy that's just like, listen, this D gonna get wet and that's it. A real strict guy that's just, you know what I mean? It is what it is. It ain't no freaky shit. It ain't no, we gonna try this today. We gonna try this tomorrow. I like a pattern. I like certainty. I like for him to have a type. I like for him to be more straight and narrow versus all these curves and these tricks and these freaky shit. And, you just never know what you're getting. He's dominant with you, then he's submissive with the next motherfucker because he's just so open-minded and freaky. That turns me off. That's not my type, you know? I like a guy that's predictable. So yeah, I like a guy that you already know what time it is, and the time ain't changing. Okay. But I told him all that, and he was just like so surprised. He was like, "Oh my goodness, I've never heard nothing like this before." Like, yeah, it turned me on. I like it, but you sure? I don't know. I guess he's wired to believe that most women, they want to be pleased, and I guess most women do want to be pleased. I just don't want to be pleased. I don't want you to look at me like, oh my goodness, you got to try to please me when we go in the room. I want you to look at me like, listen, you know what you came to do. Get on your job. You know what I'm saying? Get on your motherfucking job, bitch. Get on your goddamn job. Okay. Okay. Shit. Okay. I like to feel intimidated. When I'm in a room with my man, I want to feel intimidated. I want my heart to be beating fast. I like that thrill, you know? That's just me. If it's not that, I'm bored. But yeah. But I explained it to him and he liked it. But I was still curious about was he packing or whatever. So I was like, I gotta turn him on. And I gotta turn him on and see what happens. Girl, we was talking, and out of nowhere, I done popped the twin out. I did. I popped one of my twins out. I sure did. And honey, he listen, my twins are irresistible. Okay. I get so many compliments about my twins. Oh my God. People, men and women, love my twins. Okay. And let's not forget about the honey buns in the back. Okay. When I tell you that shit stops traffic, hello. I get girls all the time coming to me telling me something, oh my God, I love your shape and stuff like that. I had this one girl, she was my cousin's girlfriend or some type of girl. He was like, she was just like admiring me. And I just thought it was awkward. Well, first of all, I thought it was awkward because I didn't expect that from her. And then I thought it was like, is this bitch trying to set me up? Like, why is she admiring me like that? You know what I mean? I don't know. It's like you with my cousin, but you admiring me. I don't know. It just felt awkward. I wasn't expecting that. And I think I was kind of irritated with my cousin too. So it's like anybody that he associates himself with, I'm like, ugh, you know? I'm really like, ugh. And I was mad at my cousin that day because I felt like he was being a shitty father. I felt like he wasn't doing what he's supposed to do as being a better father. And he was spending time with these girls. And it's like, nigga, why are you spending time with these hoes? And that's how I saw her, like just another random ass hoe, you know? And I just felt like he should be spending more time with his kids versus this hoe. So when a hoe was like admiring me, it was like, oh my goodness, she was giving me compliments. I didn't want to hear shit from her because I just felt like, I don't know. I took it out on her and I shouldn't take it out on her because it didn't have nothing to do with her, but I was mad at my cousin. So I took it out on her. So I was kind of slightly rude, like, you know what I'm saying? Why you all in my shit? I didn't say it, but that's probably how I look. But honey, she was just admiring shit. You know, I'm like, But girl, yeah, okay, honey, it's the reason why I don't post my everything about me out here because I know I would guarantee stop motherfucking traffic and all eyes would be on me, but it would be for the wrong reasons. You know, I'm a voice, I'm a mouthpiece. And oftentimes when you have a visual about you, people are distracted by the visual. And I've had that before with my prior before my transition, how people were so consumed with my looks, but they never heard my voice. I mean, a lot of people did hear my voice, but a lot of people didn't because they were just so consumed with looks. So I just knew that looks can be distracting. And yeah, and that's another reason why I like the FaceTime because I can actually just talk and I can control it. Like when I'm meeting a guy and he gets handsy and he want to hug and he want to keep hugging for 5 minutes and he can't look at me because he's looking at my breast. Like I can control it on FaceTime because FaceTime, I can just edit or crop myself however I want to. And we just talking, you know what I mean? And I'm asking all the questions I want to ask. Yeah. So I think a good tip and perk is always be on FaceTime, ask for a tour. Do you guys ask for a tour? When y'all talking to guys on FaceTime or girls or whatever you into, press 3 if you always ask for a house tour. Press 9 if you're going to start asking for a house tour. Ask for a room tour. Ask for a car tour. Let me check out your car. He showed me his car. He showed me his garage. He ain't had nothing to hide. Most guys will, unless they probably got something to hide or they feel ashamed. But yeah, they'll show it to you. Yeah. Kavan, well, you need to start doing it. Why not? Shit. Hey, I got my girl Bimbo. Girl, I'm glad you came up because I love talking to y'all. Hell.
Hey Jesse, how you doing, baby?
Hey, baby, how you doing? What did you think? Did you hear my story, girl?
I did, girl.
Now let me ask you: when you get on Facetime, do you ask guys for a house tour?
I don't. I asked to see that Zick, but I mean, that's just me.
Oh yeah. Well, it depends on what you want from a guy, but winter is coming and the economy is whooping my ass. So I do want to have 1 to 3 boyfriends this winter.
Oh, okay,
Okay.
baby.
Okay, no, I'm probably gonna deal with one. Dealing with three guys is so hard, especially if they take you serious and they're always clocking in and you work so much. I don't even have
Yeah.
time for one. So I'm just talking. But yeah, winter is coming. And
When
even
your
though,
birthday, Jessica? When your birthday? I forget.
honey, I don't like talking about my birthday.
Tell me,
I don't
please.
like talking about my birthday.
Okay, cool. I won't press
We
you.
trying to get the age and shit. I don't like that,
No,
bimbo.
I'm not saying your age. I'm just saying your zodiac.
Libra.
Yeah. Yes, Libra's in my top five, baby. I got a Libra tatted on my leg. October, her birthday's October 12th. Is my cousin slash best friend. I love Libras. You guys are just
Mhm.
amazing. But anyway,
Hold on,
go ahead,
bimbo.
though.
Let me tell y'all. Y'all need to start asking for a house tour. Why y'all don't? Yeah, okay. Press one if you think it's a good idea to ask for a house
Jessica, you
tour.
know these niggas ain't got no house.
Okay, okay, they may not have it, but what about the guy that you're talking to?
I don't talk to guys. I just use them. They my personal dildos.
Okay, well, let's watch the language, baby.
Okay,
Okay.
I'm fine.
So that means that I guess you don't care what. Well, okay, well, everybody not like that, bimbo. Damn. So listen, y'all
Okay, can I
get get
explain?
get a car tour. Okay, get that car tour. Know
Can I
what's
explain,
going on
Jessica?
with them. Go ahead.
Okay, the reason why I say that is because, I haven't had the best of luck with men. And honestly and truthfully, in my perspective, I feel like all men are the same and I have a love hate relationship with them. So I don't really, I don't have any high expectations for them anymore. So when I feel in the mood to deal with a guy, it's usually for, sexual activity, if you know what I
Right.
mean.
Okay. Yeah. For fun time.
Yeah,
Got it.
yeah.
Okay.
So I don't care about his house or his car as long as he can get to me and
But
do
you
what
know
I
what,
need.
Bimbo? And I'm not trying to compare, but even if I want to have fun time, I cannot have fun time if I see the guy house is junky. That would turn me off. And I'll be like, you know what? I can't do it. I don't want to I'd rather not see it, but I want to see it. Okay. But if I want to see it,
See, that's what I'm saying, G. You said, I'd rather not see it, but you want
I'd
to see
rather
it.
not see it. It's best if I don't see it if it's junky and I want it, right?
But
Because
see,
if I
you
see it,
pretty
I'm
and
going to
you
do it.
bad and bougie. I'm a Banji beat, you know what I'm saying? So, like, I'll be wanting the money. Like, if you got some money, I don't give a damn what your house look like. Bring that over here to me, daddy, and I can, you know what I'm saying, handle
Okay,
that.
so tell me this. How do you ask guys for money?
The same way they ask you for sexual
Okay,
favor.
well, okay. I mean, just can you walk us through it?
Oh,
When you're
yeah.
talking to a guy, okay, I'm going to pretend to be a guy. Okay, so hi,
Okay.
how you doing?
Hey, handsome, how are you?
I'm doing wonderful.
That's good. I'm good as well. So what you doing?
I'm just here working at the office.
Sounds good. You've been working hard.
Yeah,
Seems like you need some stress relief.
yeah, I would love that.
Okay, I got you, baby. So, like, what do you do?
I'm in the stocks and markets right now.
Okay, that's cute. Well, I'm in the stocks and markets too, and I actually am an entrepreneur, and I'm trying to get my business off the ground. And I'm always taking donations.
Okay, so is that what this is?
I mean, what do you mean, baby?
Are you a working girl?
I mean, a girl's always working, but that doesn't mean she doesn't live a little.
Okay, so how much donation are you looking for?
Whatever you can spare, baby. But honestly and truthfully, if you really want to have a good time, you may not be able to afford.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, I thank you so much for your offer.
Oh, really? Jessica, that's how you gonna do me. If you was a man, you was gonna.
Hell yeah. Shit.
What if I said 250 for everything you want?
Okay, well, if I was a man, I wouldn't be with working girls
Oh,
because being
you
a man,
discriminating?
yeah, I would discriminate. Being a man, I would be very arrogant. I know my worth. And I mean, you get girls easy. Girls are for free. What the fuck I'm paying for girls for? I ain't never had no issue getting girls.
Jessica, you almost made me choke on my vape. Where's my vape?
Hmm.
Girl, okay, well, I get that. But honestly and truthfully, you know how, some men are easily persuaded. And honestly and truthfully, like, I'm not bad looking. You know what I'm saying? You can check the YouTube page for the stats. And honestly, I don't have a problem with getting a man to, subscribe.
I'm sure you don't. I think it's an industry out there, but when you're asking if I was a guy, no, because most girls all look the same. I mean, you can get
Oh,
any girl out here to do so many freaky stuff and you don't have to pay. I think that you just don't have charm or you just lazy or maybe you're a
he
celebrity, you
weak.
don't
He
have
weak. He whack.
time. But please, I had these hoes lined up on their back.
But see, Jessica, you was a different type of like you was you know what I'm saying. You know what you gave, so it's like it's different for all type of men. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
Bimbo, when I was a dude, I used to have bitches buying me shit. The fuck?
But
So
see, just
I
that's
never
what I'm saying. But you know what
right
you
as a
gave.
yeah. So as a back
Shit,
when
I
I
was
was a
looking like,
dude,
ooh.
I ain't never came out of no pocket dealing with a man or a woman.
But I wouldn't expect that from you. Everybody who know what you gave back in, you know.
Right.
So I ain't gonna no shade, but it's just like, baby, like I
Mhm.
said, I was looking like shit. Hell, I mean, ooh, I'm
So
sorry.
let me tell you this. So is it a lot of guys out there that a lot of guys are spending money?
Yeah, they
Okay,
will.
that's good. That's amazing.
Jessica, remember when I told you all the other night? Oh no, you gathered me. You was like, no, keep it short. I couldn't tell y'all my story, but
So let me just ask. So all you have to do is just pretty much say, I need a donation. Is that like the key line? It's like I need a donation, and usually they
uh,
be like, okay. Is it that easy?
well, for me, yeah, somewhat. I don't always say donation, but you know what I'm saying? In conversation, you know what I'm saying? Rules the nation. You get to talking to a person and, really just putting yourself out there and being a little transparent helps as well. And, before you know it, girl, I got my bills paid.
That's good. But it
Not
seemed like
working.
it's so easy. I don't know.
For
I
me.
have this idea like
For
it would
me,
be
girl.
more a challenge or it'd be more hard, like pulling tooth.
No, hell no. Gee, Jessica, as fine as you is, maybe you
No,
not tried.
but the thing is, I've never did that line of work. I never,
Yeah,
was
that's
a
why.
working girl, so I don't know that mentality. I don't know.
I know,
So
baby,
I'm
but
just saying,
no. No.
I thought
Mm-mm.
about doing OnlyFans before. Shit, if
Oh,
times get hard.
baby, I'm about to. I'm waiting on my ID in the mail right now so y'all can subscribe, subscribe,
Why you not?
subscribe.
I would think you. Why you don't have it already?
Because my ID, they want you to verify yourself. And my ID,
Oh,
a dude stole my ID from Detroit, girl. Oh,
oh,
I fell in
okay.
love with a Detroit dude and he stole my ID, my gun, my everything, girl.
Now, why would he do that?
Because he wanted to move in with me, he needed some help because he was from Detroit. He moved to Texas, and I wasn't trying to live with him because he wanted to be open. If you know what I mean, like he didn't want to just be with me. He wanted to live with me, but still do his thing. And I was like, no, no, sir. And you know what I'm saying? He made sweet love to me and put me to sleep, girl. And when I woke up, it was like I felt like I was in a Tyler Perry movie. I was like, Chris,
Was there any signs that he was a deceiver or
yeah,
he would do you like that? What was the signs that he was like a snake?
he had a very he had a temper. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Like coming up from the Midwest, I know like we raised different and things different out in the Midwest. You know what I'm saying? So like
Hmm.
that that plays a part in it. And then on top of that, like he was fresh in Texas and he was really hungry to, find a stable place. And my place is comfortable. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm not doing too bad. And he wanted to live with me and I told him no. And,
Can
he took
I
a
ask you something, Bimbo?
yeah.
Do you want me to call you that? I don't like calling you that name.
Why? My name is B&B originally, so
I don't know,
B&B.
but it felt like I'm calling you a slur.
Okay, well, I'm Toy.
But if you want me to call you that, I will. But it feels like I'm calling you a slur.
It's okay. But whatever you want to call me, Jessica, I'm cool with that.
What? Okay, Toy. All right, so Toy. Now,
Hmm.
you okay for a living? You like to get money, right?
Yeah.
So I would think, but I'm ignorant. It would line up with your
Mhm.
personal life that you will also want to get money or be with a provider that
Yeah.
you're dealing with. I would think that it will go across the board, but it seemed like
Correct.
this, it did not.
Yes, no, you're absolutely correct. But you know, when it comes to him, he was that individual that had, his own personal demons that he was battling, and he was going through his own drug addiction and stuff like that. So,
So why would you even want to deal with that? I mean, I don't know.
girl, Jessica,
I
he
hope
was
I'm
so
not coming out as
fine.
judging.
No, 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 no. It's cool. I'm transparent. I'm that girl. So it's like he was so fine. He from the Midwest, like me. He was a handsome guy. You know what I'm saying? And he was just my type. And honestly and truthfully, aside from the red flags, I didn't really care because I'm a little rambunctious myself and rough around the edges. So I roll with the punches. But when he did that to me, like stole my stuff, that was like,
Mhm.
dang. I didn't think he would do that.
Got it. But I know I would just say if anybody else about to go through this shit, listen, if he's fine, just have him for one night and throw his ass back in the trash. You don't
That's
have
what I
to
usually
be
do. But he was
you don't have
providing.
to be mean to people, but just enjoy that one night or two
Yeah.
nights, but don't get attached and don't invite, rats in and just leave them alone and just cuz you're doing your job and you are focused, you got goals you got to accomplish, right?
Yes.
So you got to stay on your grind. I'm sorry that happened to you.
It's okay. It was a lesson learned. And it had to happen to me because I ignored the signs one and two. We get what we deserve. You know.
Mhm. Now, after he did all that, did you turn around? Did you circle back around? Did you spin the block?
Absolutely not, girl.
Okay.
Gee, now, come on now, Jessica. I'm not a no. Even
Well,
though the name is
people
Bimbo,
do it. People do it all the time.
I get it. You know what I'm saying? You call me Bimbo once or twice, and now you think I'm really a dumb.
No,
Ooh,
no, you told me to call you that.
that's my name. It's literally there. You see it, don't you?
I
You see
know, but
it.
you trying to twist it like I'm calling you a name.
No, I wouldn't do that to you. But yeah, I didn't circle back with him, even though I do reminisce about him because he was very satisfying. And like I said, he fine. You know what I'm saying? Us Midwest people, we got some fine. He was a Detroit girl. Anyway, next case.
What I was gonna say? Did he try to reach back out to you?
Oh my God, Jessica, he did. He did. And it pissed me off.
What did he do? Did you pick up the phone? Did you just
I
ignore?
did. No, I did because I wanted to
What
hear what he had to say. And
and what did he say?
he started, saying that he was gonna cash at me, but he never did. But he was just like, he was going through some things, and he was struggling with drugs. You know what I'm saying? Like he was, pill popping, and
Mhm.
he did that, on a high night. And I was just like, baby, I'm so sorry, but I can't.
Yeah.
You hurt me.
Do you ever have any issues with different girls in the scene or whatever? What maybe I shouldn't ask that.
Yes, no, yeah, Gigi, go
No,
ahead,
no,
Jessica.
I shouldn't ask that.
No,
Cause
go
that's
ahead,
not
because
because
I
I don't
do,
want you to
yes.
say a whole name and then it's some bullshit. Without saying no name, how is it dealing with, different girls in the scene? Is it all sisterly lovey? I mean, what is that experience like?
Okay, you said I can't say no names, even if they're not
Uh-uh.
known.
No, because I don't want to start no shit. They still got fans.
Okay. Well, I'll put it this way. I don't have a lot of friends or, what I'm saying, anything in the community, but what I will say is I try I leave the door open, and I put an olive branch out there for that because I'm not a hater, and like I'm confident in myself enough, right? But it's not like that for everybody. You know what I'm saying? And when they see you getting attention, or they, maybe a little cloggy, or whatever. Like people hate, like, it's just a human nature thing. And so I don't have time for that. But usually when I stay to myself, and just keep people at bay and deal with them how I deal with them, it'd be copacetic. But once I try to be friends or too close, that's when I start to see like, yeah, I'm having a problem with you, baby. And I'm feisty. I'm not like, I'm not really nice, Jessica. I'm nice, but I'm not
So
too
have
friendly.
you ever had a fight with a girl? Have you ever had a fight with one of those girls?
Golly. Okay, can I say a name if you're gonna ask me? Because yes.
Uh-uh. Because I'm
Okay, so
afraid of
no name.
what name you gonna say. I don't.
So
No.
okay.
I mean,
Yes,
yeah,
yes, I
I'm
did.
getting my toes wet. Shit, I'm just starting to step back into the community. Hell,
Okay,
I don't
cool.
know what's going on out there.
Okay. Well, I ain't gonna say no names with respect to you and your
Thank
platform,
you.
and thank you for inviting me up. But I did, yes, I did, girl.
Why? What happened? Why did y'all have to fight?
Because it was like, okay, you know how boys be, you know what I'm saying? Like they
I
lay up
don't
with
know
it.
how boys be. You got to
Okay,
tell me.
Eva. Oh my God. Okay, so I was dealing with this guy or whatever, and he was supposed to be new in town to my knowledge, but long story short, he wasn't, and he had dealt with somebody that knew me, well, knew of me, and we knew of each other, but we wasn't cool or we wasn't enemies at all, but we knew of each other. He was dealing with both of us, and he decided to stay with me, and the person found out because they was like not letting go. You know how people try to grab it, hold
Obsessive.
on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
obsessive and
annoying
hold
as
on and
hell.
be
That's
clocking and
so
what I'm saying,
annoying.
checking and
I can't stand
yeah.
that shit.
So girl, Pete, he posted me on his Facebook,
Why
not
would
even
he
on no
do
other,
that? Did you
huh?
tell him to do that?
No, but I was taking pictures with him, so
Oh,
hell.
so you didn't mind.
Yeah, no, I didn't. I didn't care because at that point I thought that we were really doing something. So long story short, he posted me on the Facebook, and then she saw, and she knew me. She didn't know me, but we know each other. Like I said, so she instantly hit me in the DMs and was talking crazy or whatever. I'm not really, like I said, I'm
What did
friendly,
she
but I'm not.
say? What did she say?
She was basically saying like, can I say it? Can I curse?
No, don't
Okay.
cuss. But what she say?
She was like, yo, yo, dang, Jessica. Okay, she was basically calling me out my name and disrespecting me, and going at my looks or whatever, and saying, what I'm saying, that uh he having fun with me right now, but what I'm saying, she basically big mama. You know what I'm saying? In a
What?
nutshell.
But why does she care?
Cause she had him before me. He wasn't new in town. Jessica, remember I told you I
I
thought he was new
know,
in town.
but
He
what?
wasn't.
But I'm so lost. So clearly, he don't want to be with you because if he wanted to be with you, he would be with you. But he's with another girl.
Yeah, but he didn't give she didn't care either. You know what I'm saying? Like he he made it seem like he was new in town to me because I never met him. I knew of the girl because I mean in
Who gives a
passing.
fuck? I mean, if he new in town or old in town, he chose to be with you. Who cares?
Yeah, but she didn't care. That's who cared. She did. She didn't. Well, long story short, she got in my DMs and everything like that. And so like I said, I'm friendly, but I'm not really nice, and I don't really like do the internet stuff. So I just gave her my address. I know that's not,
What?
y'all don't do that, huh?
What?
Yeah, I just because I want to nip it in the bud. I like to talk to people face to face, so that's my thing. That's just me. Don't do
No,
that.
no, no, no. Why are you inviting the enemy to your house? That's your sleeping ground. That's your peace.
Well, Jessica, not my house, but I gave her my address. She don't know what door I stay in or whatever. But like,
Why didn't you just call the cops or just report it?
oh, they're not gonna give a damn about me. But like I said, like I gave her my address or whatever, and I waited, 2 hours. I waited 2 hours for this girl, Jessica. And she was sending messages as well, and I didn't respond because like I said, I gave her my address, so I just was over talking on the internet because like I said, I'm friendly, I'm a good person, but I don't give it, I don't do all that. So I told you where I was. I'm outside, pull up or whatever. So 2 hours go by, she finally pull up, and what I'm saying, she had another dude with her, which I don't know who that dude was, but we basically clashed, and it was like my fault because as soon as she pulled up, the dude jumped out first, and then she got out. And you know what I'm saying, mind you, the dude that we was fighting over, he wasn't at my house. He was at home doing his own thing. I was by myself, but she was texting me, so you know it's about me. So the dude got out and he looked at me, and I could tell in his eyes, like when he saw me, I think he thought I don't know what he thought I looked like or whatever. Like he may have come over to fight me too, but when he saw me, it looked like he was like a little attracted. It looked like he liked me too. So he just kind of fell back. And when she got out, I'm not gonna lie, y'all, I kind of just went in. Like I
Mm.
was talking and she was talking, and I just get closer because like my thing is when I feel attacked or whatever, or when I'm scared, like when I get scared, I get like jumpy.
Okay.
So
Woo. Well, we can't talk too much about it because of the rules and stuff. But
yes,
Toy,
ma'am.
I just want to say thank you for coming up and thank you for telling your story, boo. I appreciate you. Come back up when I have more hot topics. All right.
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
gonna put Toy down. Woo. So, how are y'all doing? I know it's getting late, and we've been on this thing for a while. And I want to know: do you have any questions for me, my audience? Comment, let me know. Do you guys have any questions for me? So, what my thing is, anytime you're talking, please FaceTime. Do you guys even FaceTime? Press one if you FaceTime, press two if you never FaceTime, and press five if you're going to start FaceTiming. You have to start FaceTiming. And like I said, get that damn tour. Get the room tour, the house tour, you know. I remember one time I FaceTime this guy, and he was in a closet. Girl, he was in a closet. And I looked around that closet and I saw heels. Now, who heels was that? Was it his heels or was it his girlfriend heels? It was somebody damn heels, okay? Yeah, you might want to look around, okay? Okay, Kavan said she only FaceTime her mom and dad. So, Kavan, if you are talking or dating, you would not FaceTime anybody, Kavan? You wouldn't do that? Why y'all don't like to FaceTime? There's so many scammers on the internet. There's so many people that are scamming. You should definitely FaceTime. And listen, make sure they get into the light. It's sometimes you FaceTime with these guys and they be in the dark. I'd be like, turn that goddamn light on. I need to see. You need to see if they got bumps on their lips. You just need to see shit. You know what I mean? You need to see it. So, and FaceTime is great because you get to see the whole body. I tell them, to step back. I show off my curves. You know what I mean? I show it all off, honey. Okay, because they want to see it, and I show them. So it ain't no catfishing. Is here, and I think everybody should FaceTime before they meet anybody. I think the first thing that you guys do if you're interested in a person, FaceTime them. Know who you're talking to. I don't want to be texting a week or two and I've never FaceTime or gotten an interaction. No. And then it lets me know more. If a guy is FaceTiming you, but he's playing a game and he's doing other thing, he is not invested. You want that guy to FaceTime you to really talk to you and to engage. FaceTiming should be an intimate thing when you guys are FaceTiming. If he's not intimate, he don't take your ass serious. Hell. And even if you're gonna freak off, it's still good to FaceTime and freak off. You get to see that whole thing, see it in the light, see what you actually dealing with and working with, feel his vibe. So I think it's a great thing. It says, yes, my question is, let me see. Have I ever been in an abusive relationship? I don't call it abusive relationship, Tim. Have I been slapped before, Tim? Tim, I have been slapped before. I've never been slapped as a trans woman. As a trans woman, I've never been hit on. As a trans woman, I've never been hit on. I ain't no nigga even try to touch me as a trans woman. I don't know why, but I'm never guys just think, I'm too precious or whatever. They're not gonna touch me. But I've always been precious. But I got slapped 3 times in my life. And those 3 times was when it's sad to say, but before I turned 18. So I was in relationships in my teen years, and I got slapped 3 times by 3 different men in my teen years. Okay. But I wouldn't call it abusive relationship because I only did it once. And I know if a nigga slap you once, that's abusive. But I know I sound crazy to y'all because I don't see them as abusive, you know. How do I feel about each one of them? The light-skinned one, he's cool. I don't regret being with him. I mean, I've learned a lot from that guy. That was my first boyfriend. And can I tell you something, Tim? We never had sex. And the 3 guys that hit me, 2 of them we never did it. We never had sex. 2 of them we never had sex. One of them I did. And that's a whole different can of worms, okay? That's another can of worms. Yeah. All right. But yeah, I got slapped 3 times. uh yeah, thank you. So Toy says she gonna FaceTime more often in the future. I think you should, Toy. Why not? I think it's awkward in 2025 to just be meeting somebody and you don't FaceTime them. They just popping up. I don't like nobody pop up and they might smell funny or the energy is just off or you haven't talked to them. It's just, I don't know. I don't like it. Rainbow Kid said, Kendra, Cam, please. I remember you as pretty. Are you petite now? Kendra, Cam. Who are you talking to? Rainbow Kid. Who is Kendra? Who is Kendra? Okay. Okay. Sexy. Have you ever had a man try to make you feel like when he openly loving you is something to be thankful for? Have you ever had a man try to make you feel like when he's openly loving you is something to be thankful for? I would say in a way, I don't know how to describe that. Okay, like I think I get what you're saying. You're saying like, have a guy ever came to you like, you should be thankful that I'm loving you openly, and that you should be grateful for that. Um, no, I've never had a guy that make me feel that way. I had a conversation with the guy and I wasn't talking to him and we were just talking and he said something like he just and it didn't have nothing to do with that. He was just saying that he just wanted to love a woman and he just wanted to love and he thought his love should be enough. And everybody is different. Some women, they just want love. But me, you loving me is never going to be enough. I want more than fucking love. You know what I mean? I don't want no broke love. I don't want no media love. I mean, those are feelings. And how do I feel about a man just loving me? What does that entail? I don't want a broke man loving me. Um, what does it mean to have somebody to love y'all? Okay. See, in my mind, I think of control. You want to own me. You want to be like, you're mine and you don't belong to nobody else. And I'm going to have you all to myself. And I'm just going to smother you. And I'm going to be obsessed with you. And I'm going to be clingy with you. And I want to live with you forever in life. And we're never going to break up. See, that's what I think about when I think of people say they love. And I don't want that. I want to have room to grow. I want to have room to leave this relationship if I want to leave this relationship. And what's going to get me to stay around is not your love, but me feeling respected, me feeling protected, and me feeling provided for. And I do believe you can not be in love with me and you can protect me, you can respect me, and you can provide for me. And I think it's great. You know what I mean? But if I ever leave, I don't want to feel like I'm going to die. like I hear a lot of stories where girls leave this relationship, but they end up dead because the man. And I've had a relationship like that, and he was a perfect guy. He was really a perfect guy. But I didn't want to continue the relationship. Why you didn't want to continue the relationship? I didn't want to continue the relationship. It's because I wanted to see what was life like without him. First of all, I didn't even want to be in a relationship in the beginning. But the reason I was in a relationship with him because he was so impressive. And I loved the way he made me feel. He made me feel protected. He respected me. And he did all the things that I wanted. He checked off all the boxes. But the thing was, he wanted a marriage. He wanted forever. I did not want forever. I still want to have some whole phases in my life. Hell, you know? And I just felt like he was just being so obsessive with me. Everywhere he goes, he want me to go with him. Damn, damn. And I know it's a lot of girls will love that. I don't love that. I want my space. I want to be able to miss you. I can't miss you if I'm with you all day, every fucking day. And that's what he wanted all day, every fucking day. I didn't, all my friends he knew. I couldn't get no space. And but was that the reason why I broke up with him? No, it was not the reason why I broke up with him. The reason why I broke up with him because at this time, um, he didn't make me, but he influenced me to come out to my parents because I wasn't coming out to my parents. They still thought I was a straight man, right? So he was like, I'm not about to buy you this high end car and you still ashamed of me. He was making it like I'm ashamed of him. And I was ashamed of him, hell. I was not ready to come out to my family as a damn homosexual shit. And I didn't need to. Why I didn't need to? Because I didn't see my family often. I only came back at home on holidays. And I was very comfortable, just living my life. Was I on a down low? I wasn't on down low. I was just discreet. People didn't know that I was, gay or nothing like that. And my family, I guess some had this suspicion, but for the most part, they didn't know. And it was peaceful. It was no questions or whatever. Um, so I was kind of comfortable with that. And by me coming out and telling my parents, hey, this is what's going on with me, and I want you to meet this guy, I knew it would shake their fucking world. They wasn't ready for that shit. And it was like, I'm only doing it because he won't buy me a fucking Mercedes if I won't tell their ass, because he feels like I'm ashamed of him. He gaslight me and manipulate me to come out the fucking closet. God damn it. Shit, it worked. Girl, he was taking me to the car dealership. We was test driving and shit. He just teasing the fuck out of me. I'm about to take the car off the lot. And he's like, no, I don't feel comfortable that, your mama don't even know who I am. What happened? What if anything happened? They need to know who I am. Like he wanted the world to know who the fuck he was. And I didn't want the world to know who the fuck he was. I like to keep my business my business. So yeah, I ended up coming to him. But then I broke it off. Okay, yeah, why did I break it off of him? I broke it off of him because during that time my parents, I don't think they were ready to accept that. So every time I talked to my mom, she'd be like, I'm praying for your soul. I'm praying for your soul. And it's like, God damn, every time I call, she's praying for my soul. Do I gotta hear that? And you know what that means. She's not saying it, but the fuck you know what that means when they say I'm praying for your damn soul every time. We're praying for you. It's never too late. You know. Have you prayed about this? Ma'am, you know goddamn well I ain't prayed about this gay shit. Goddamn. Why would you ask me did I pray about this? Well, you should pray about everything that you do. And if God is not in it, you know who it can be. It can be Satan, honey. And I just got to protect you and I'm just worried about you. Man, that got in my head. Every goddamn conversation, I'm worried. Are you praying? Are you sure this is what God wanted you to do? Are you sure it's not from Satan? You know how Satan would trick you. Man, I was like, I started looking at my man like he was Satan. I started looking at this man that loved me, protected me, just gave me everything. I said, this shit is too good to be true. I sabotaged my own shit. And I started looking at him like Satan. I'm like, yeah, he is Satan. Why he treat me so good? I don't deserve this love. I don't deserve this shit. Hell no, this ain't right. This ain't right. He gonna fuck me up in the end. No, no, no. I'm gonna stick to the rules and I'm gonna stick to my family because, you know, they always there. And they, you know what I mean? And mind you, the guy that I was with, my fiance, he was very involved in the church, and I always thought that he was gonna leave me for God. Isn't that wild? Because he's in the church. Sometimes he's an assistant pastor, okay, of a big mega church, right? So I just felt so fucking awkward. I'm like, how can you preach the word and then you come in bed with me? I didn't get that. I just thought, like, what the fuck? Like, this shit is unreal. And then to see his interaction with women, because women didn't know that he was, you know, they didn't know he was with women, men, whatever. They had no idea. But he wanted me to come out, but you know what I mean? It's one sided. I don't know. I wasn't questioning. Mind you, he's newly divorced. He has kids and everything. But he was a gentleman and he know how to treat it, man, because he's used to it. He's used to the marriage lifestyle. So when I used to just see all these women just was so in awe with my fiance and everybody go to him for advice. He's a great speaker. He really knows how to get in your mind. But anyway, shit, my family got in my mind, and I broke up with him over the phone. He started going through it. He was like he about to pop pills. I've never seen a person that depressed from me breaking their heart by just saying I just wanted space. You know, and just to see that man be teared down and he's like, but I live for you. Like he was telling me he lived for me. He was like, you're my motivation. You're the reason why I get up at night morning. You're the reason why I work so hard. You're the reason why I'm trying to do all this stuff for you. All your dreams I'm trying to make true. And he got me a studio. Like he was really working his ass day and night trying to anything that I wanted, he would do. If I had friends in different states, like in Detroit, he flew my friends out just for them to spend time with me. Like he did a lot, but he had access to a lot as well. He was patient with me. I'm very bratty. I'm very, can be annoying. And he's one of the best men I've ever had. But honey, my mama got my ear and talking about Jesus and God. And I just knew, I was like, nah, he's the devil. And for a minute, I thought he was gonna kill me. And he's like, who is it? Who is it? Tell me who the fuck it is. I said, it's nobody. And I did lie. And I said, you know what? I just want to change my ways, and I know how I'm living ain't right, and I want to go to God, and I want to get saved again because I just don't feel like this lifestyle is right, and I just need to, I need to rebuke and I need to repent. Now, did I feel that way? I was so confused because I had my parents in my ear and I known them, and that's like a safe space for me. And I only came out, for his comfort and to get that motherfucking Benz. But I said, fuck that Benz. You know what I mean? And then, so after that, I called my mom. I said, I broke it up with him and I'm going back to church and I'm going to live right. And she's like, hallelujah! The glory! Glory to God! Won't he do it? Man, when I tell you, they had a whole celebration. Do you hear what I'm saying? They felt like they really had a breakthrough. Um, but I mean, part of me did want to break up with him because he was so over, obsessive. but it was a good obsessive because he was making everything come true. But then I didn't feel like I worked hard for it, and I never knew, was it me? And everything that I accomplished with him, I knew it wasn't me. It was because of him and his powers and his influence. But it was nothing with me. And I just always had this fear, like if he replaced me with another young person, like he gonna throw me off in a curve and I ain't gonna have shit. I ain't gonna have my family no more. I'm gonna be by myself. And I was so scared of that. I was scared of not having anything, because anything that I did, he definitely had to have his hand in it. And he was just overprotective, and he just wanted to make sure everything goes right and accordingly, and nobody was taking advantage of me, which I understand that. But oh yeah. And but yeah, I've never make have you ever had a man try to make you feel like when he openly loving you is something to be thankful for? Yeah, I don't think I've ever had that before. You know, a guy openly loving me and making me feel like, I should be thankful for him loving me. I've had guys openly love me and they tell me they love me all the time, but they be like, I know you don't love me like I love you. Why won't you love me while I'll love you? I constantly get that. Why won't you love me the way I love you? But to be honest with you, I tell guys that, um, I don't know, like falling in love and doing all that. And I know I said like doing all that. I don't know what I got against it. I don't think I have. Do I have something against being in love and falling in love and being all ushy gushy? No, but I think it only lasts for a little bit. I just feel like it lasts for a little bit, and then when a honeymoon phase is over, now what? After the honeymoon phase is over and the emotions out the way, what do we have? To me, I'd rather, you're not going to get me by being in love with me. You're only going to get me if like you come to me and you like, listen, I see what you're trying to do, or I'm trying to do this with my business, and I need you to help me with my business, and we're gonna go to this. Like, if you have a plan, I love men that got a goal plan and that's actually progressing, and I can see his progression. Not a guy that's just talking shit, but actually he's showing me, okay, this is what I set out to do. This is what I've done thus far, and this is where we're going. And I want you to come on this journey with me, or I see him living a lifestyle and it's like, man, I would love to be a part of that experience with him. I would love to be with him and support him on his journey. You know, you got to be doing something in life. That attracts me. I'm attracted to a man that is doing something and is going somewhere and have a fucking life. Going out to clubs, smoking, that's not having a fucking life. That's nothing to me. Where are you going in life? You know? And I gotta want to be a part of that ride. But just falling in love, to me, it's just emotional. To me, when somebody fall in love with you, to me that don't mean they're gonna respect you. It's a lot of people that say I love my wife, but they out here cheating. That's not respectful. People say I love you, but they beat on your ass. That's not respectful. They love you, but they gonna whoop your ass. They gonna cheat on you. They gonna steal from you, but they love you. See, that's why I guess I'm turned off with that idea of love. It's like, no, I want respect. I want protection. They say they love you, but they allow somebody to come over your house and fuck you up, or they allow, you to get into a situation where it puts you in harm's way. That's not protection. I don't care about the love shit. I want respect. I want protection. And I want, hey, financial provide. I know I'm kind of ashamed to say it. Shit. I don't know why I'm ashamed, because it's like, well, you don't want to come off as a user. I don't want to come off as a user. I don't want to come off as that. And I guess I don't want to come off as a user because I'm not a fucking user. I've never used anybody. Not that I think, but not like that, no. If I take something from somebody, it's usually because I like them some way. It's not like I'm just taking something from somebody and I don't like them at all. If I take something from somebody, it's because I like them and I trust them. You can't just take stuff from anybody. Shit, they crazy out here. And I hate feeling like I owe someone. Like, people, like, I guess what you was talking about, that love shit. I ain't nobody make me feel like, oh, I owe them because they love me openly and shit like that. But yeah. Ooh, don't I talk a lot? Good. I'm going to bed. Good night. Good night, Jerome. Am I talking too much? Shit. Am I talking too much? Okay. Oh, let's get the likes up. Well, you just need a fresh restart. Yeah. Oh, well, didn't I do a good job? Did I do a good job, y'all? Press 2 if I did a good job being so open. Okay. Child, I think I did an amazing job. Okay. I really do. I got a few wings. Oh, let me tell y'all. Did I show y'all? Look, so I don't know what's going to happen with the messy sweet spot. I'm still not sure what niche I belong to when it comes to the messy sweet spot. So I don't know if I will continue to do like personal lives over here. I just wanted to test the algorithm and see what will happen. But feel free to subscribe to Jessica Kohinoor and hit that link and go to that channel and subscribe there because I'm going to do everything personal over there for sure. Over here, it's going to be a mix. So I just want to let you guys know that. Thank you, Tim. Thank you, Steph. All right. All right. Well, I love you guys. Make sure you guys like, share, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.